Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the Universal Chinese. Let's continue unpacking classical China era's concepts. And again, in September, we focus on Taoism. Yesterday, we were talking about concept like fate. And today, we talk about order. And actually, fate and order often pair into this one expression. One is me, one is Li. And when I pair together, it means order, except that me is giving the order and Lin is on the receiving end. And when we compare to 2000 years ago's dictionary, this is me, this is Li. You see the difference? This one, the mouse symbol is removed from here. So here is whoever sitting on their heels in the kneeling position, who are in submission. This big gathering, triangle means a pile of people. So it's a collection of people, and they're all in submission, receiving the order from whoever is giving them the order, or normally the general, or I mean, if it's within the societal level, it's a general. If it's in a fate scale, it's some invisible, irresistible, immutable, divine force that's beyond our human comprehension and control. So that, if we elevate it to the meat level, that would be that, and the order would be okay. Now we know our script. We just live according to that. So this means order to us on the particular receiving end of the order. And Li, if you learn just a little bit of a language, it make somebody do something, that make is Li. We use that to almost like a giving the order, but actually it starts from the receiving end because there's no mouse symbol. Nobody is talking back. Nobody is telling them what they think they should make their choices. They just follow the script. Okay, 时令, 时 means time, time order. What does that mean? Order here, from the receiving order, origin, this order almost like you're told what to do. You know your script. You just go, you just carry out as planned. So there is this concept eventually of the order in the sense of sequence. Things fallen into order, things fallen into their places, their sequence. So time order. This time in the concept of Chinese is not just, okay, our clock, our time, what we need to do. Our sense of time is formed after the industrialized age, which is like 24 hours a day. You need to work 8 hours, 5 weeks, 24/7. That's typical post-industrialization age sense of time. But the time back then is Aquarian society time. And as we talked from the start of our human history, Paleolithic time even. But in any sense, time back then, it doesn't mean a production unit. It means from the sun, using the sun to mark where we are in terms of the rotations of the celestial planet rotation and seasonal change. So 时令, this 时 is more about longer scale, nature's time. And when we pair that with this order, this is things in their place, this is sequence. Together it means seasonality. And when we say 时令, oftentimes we use it together with you go to the grocery market and buy something in 时令, your fruits in or vegetables in their 时令, when it's their time to ripe. That's the right time to consume them. So that's 时令, that's season or seasonality. Okay, 法令纹, 法令纹, we have 法, we saw that in 法庭, right? Legal. And we also talked about that, I believe. It's one of the key concepts in Confucianism as well, because how are we going to order our society? So many people living together, there gotta be some conflicts, right? So this fa then was this order seeking, law and order, ancient version. And we have that legal ancient version sense paired with li, giving the order. That means court order, right? Court order. So according to the judge, what you need to do, pay somebody or get into jail or whatever the punishment that is, that's 法令. And wen means pattern, something recognizable on the surface. And legal order pattern altogether means smile lines. How does that even happen? Okay, I have to check this one out because just by the word itself, I understand each character. But put together how that is associated with the smile lines, which we know is here. Right? I have lots of smile lines because I smile so much. Okay. But why Chinese describe smile lines instead of saying smile lines, 微笑纹, right? I mean, wouldn't that be more positive vibing? But no, we're talking about 法令纹 because according to, I guess, face reading, okay, we have this hand reading, palm reading, psychic reading, but Chinese also have this face reading. According to the lines, the muscles, the surface of the skin, how your face look, people try to trace back to explain your life with how you look on your face. I mean, maybe there are some connections. If you have an easy life or hard life, maybe it show up in your face. If you're a happy person or gloomy person, maybe it show up in your face. But this face reading theory has this association of whoever have deeper lines of the smile lines, instead of smile, calls them these lines, right? That's what smile lines is about. You smile more, you have more lines. Smile lines is whoever likes to give order, to be more, I guess, the type of person who are more controlling, who talks more, who likes to give instructions, who think they are the righteous or moral high ground side, that type of person are going to have deeper smile lines. So the reason of why we get such lines over there next to our mouths is attributed to we're talking too much or giving too much orders. Isn't that interesting? And I'm thinking probably this was viable in ancient times because most of the work people, majority of the population back then were farmers. They lived by their hands. Talking was not their thing. Talking is a waste of time and energy, right? I mean, was back then in that life's context. So whoever you see, that person carry deep lines around their mouths. That means they live with their mouths. They talk too much. So ancient times don't really have a profession like orator or public speaker or teacher even. I guess teachers do talk much back then, but whoever gives court orders a lot, talk, like be the judge, giving a lot of instructions, those are the persons who are going to have distinctive lines. And I guess in ancient times that lines around the mouth almost would be viewed with reverence because those are the person who can speak, who can have their voice influencing people's lives, like because they're judge, right? They are literally deciding on people's future, like X number of years, how they're going to spend their life. So they're powerful people in power. And so 法令纹, whoever carry that, even have that association of people in power. That is, it forms such a lively contrast, cultural contrast of how we get those lines. For me, it's definitely, I'm talking too much here. Getting me 法令纹, all right. And so what here, 令 even even if in today, if we boil it down, we translate to order, but it's about obedience, about receiving the order. And this is like a group of people following somebody else's instruction. And eventually that means that following order almost like got flipped, becomes giving order. You make somebody do something, and this leap becomes this order. We are not specifying is it on the receiving or the giving end.